हमारे ये शहजादे। दूसरी एक वजह जो मैं इन बच्चों को शहजादा कह रहा हूँ, वो इसलिए कि आज सुबह से आरसीए के प्लेटफॉर्म पे आई हैड बीन ट्राइंग टू इंटरेक्ट द सिविल सर्वेंट्स हु हैव पास्ड आउट फ्रॉम एएमयू, और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आई इंटरेक्टेड फोर ऑफ देम, नूरुल हसन साहब, मुदस्सिर साहब, नूरुल हसन साहब is an IPS, Mudassir Saab is serving into finance ministry, Sameer Saab is in defense ministry, then Sana Akhtar, all the four, as a matter of chance, I mean, as a matter of fact, they are from MU, but to my surprise, and as a matter of chance, they all come with a BTech background from AMU. So really, congratulations to Engineering College. You had been contributing on this front already well, and as I know, Sufyan Saab is also from the same background. Am I correct, Sufyan Saab?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, I was a BArch student, not a BTech
That's
student.
almost very close. So
Yes, sir.
basically it is the same. So in fact, if we see, तो जो educational profile है, जो एक competitive bent of mind है, that niche is there in the engineering college. Alhamdulillah, I congratulate all these students and would like to appraise a few things about RCA AMU. जो पास्ट में मैं उस पर कोई कमेंट नहीं करूंगा, लेकिन आज की डेट में मैं बहुत बहुत ही ज्यादा कॉन्फिडेंट हूं दैट आरसीए एएमयू is the best coaching institute in the nation, because the type of facilities that we have developed in last 1 year are uncomparable, unparalleled. This is basically RCA. RCA is a Government of India program uh, for especially for the Muslim minority, women, and SC/ST. But on behalf of Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Tariq Mansoor, RCAMU has also worked out and extended support to the other general category students as well. That's not an issue. So anybody who is interested should get in touch with RCA. We conduct entrance exam for selecting around 150 students for civil services examination. There are other programs as well, that is judiciary and SSC CGL. But here precisely I'll be talking about civil services, primarily focused, because Sufyan Ahmad Saab is with that background only and will focus on that. This entrance examination this year we have planned somewhere in first week of November, and we will be completing the admissions by end of November, and shall commence the classes immediately after. So that is because we are forced due to delayed examination of prelims of civil services scheduled to be on 10th October, I believe. This entrance examination comprises of three levels. One is 100 marks mock objective type test, 100 marks written test, and 50 marks interview. Let me assure the students one thing, that RCA has decided that anybody who appears for this examination, in any case, even if he is the last in the respondents, would be supported by RCA. We will continue to support each and every student who start aspiring for civil services, because we believe that it's a long-term journey. It calls for 2-3 years consistent efforts, and therefore, even if you are on the first step, I mean, you have decided that you want to be there, you have a sense of consistency, then we are there to support you. Of course, if you are selected, then much more facilities are there. But even if you are not selected, you have participated, you have joined the competition, then we assure you that at least online support system we have developed, lectures, online lectures series we have, online mock test series we have launched. All those facilities you will get for no cost. And I don't think any institution in India, I'm emphasizing it very emphatically, and I'm very confident that no institute in India is providing these facilities almost absolutely free of cost that we do. We also provide, Government of India has also provided us provisions for scholarship. So those things are there. In last 1 year, we had been able to organize very professionally managed classes, which had covered all the prelim examination course, and the classes were completed on 15th June, if I'm not correct, yes, 15th June.
Yes,
By
sir. Yes.
we have completed the whole of the civil services prelims course. We are continuously conducting mock test series, wherein every week we have a test, and the students have an opportunity to go at their own pace, whenever they are comfortable, attempt the paper and get the instant analysis. And then on weekly basis, we also have the provision to discuss and deliberate on these papers, so that the facility is made understood. We have created extensive library facility of accommodating over 250 students, and along with this, we have also created separate reading rooms for boys and girls, which are air conditioned again, and where they can comfortably study at their own pace wherever they feel. So we have created that. And above all, really, those who have experience with RCAMU, there was an issue of having a separation of the study place and the hostel accommodation. So Sherwani in Jamalpur used to be the hostel, while the facilities were located in Sir Syed House, or Sir Syed Hall, all those places. Now, Honorable Vice Chancellor has facilitated this, that we have given up with Sherwani Hall. We have got a hostel, and it is a one campus facility now, located near Sir Syed House. I believe that it is an exclusive environment for every student who is willing. You have the room there, you have the library there, and I'm very confident that each of the students who is associated with RCA now, please randomly you check with any student the level of facilities that RCA is providing at the moment. I'm damn confident. आपको अगर सिविल सर्विसेज नहीं भी करना है, तो मेरी सब बच्चों से ये रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप आरसीए के बच्चों से एक बार फीडबैक जरूर लीजिए कि हाउ द आरसीए इज डिलीवरिंग. हम बिल्कुल कॉन्फिडेंट हैं कि हमारा बच्चा जो जरूरत अपनी बताता है, जो परेशानी बताता है, ऑलमोस्ट इन नो टाइम वी फुलफिल दैट. कोई किताब चाहिए, कोई फैसिलिटी चाहिए, जो कुछ है, मैं बहुत अर्नेस्टली कह रहा हूं कि आरसीए के पास जो कुछ है वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ तुम बच्चों के लिए. You come to RCA, you name the facility that you want, and we will create it. That's absolutely no issue. I'm very confident, extremely confident. And we are working here not in steps like you will be preparing for prelims first and then mains second and then interview, or no. Our approach this time is to have a very holistic approach and to work parallelly on all three dimensions, whether it is prelims or mains or interview. We are trying to conduct parallel activities, and I'm very confident that this approach will get you through, because the idea is not to just pass prelims. You have to prepare for mains even before prelims. So that is there. And this holistic development also calls for your physical fitness, for which we have created a sports facility. On this campus only, we have table tennis, we have badminton, we have football, we have all those things up there. Of course, I advise that it has to be taken in a balanced way, but it is the sports is equally important, because your physical fitness is as important as your mental fitness. Your ability, we are working on writing skills, we are working practically anything and everything. And moreover, I'm sure that Sufyan Sahab will advise us in the morning. These 4 persons that I have mentioned have provided us a lot of input. Some of them, especially Samir, had been our RCA student here. Nurul Hassan Sahab had been to RCA, and he's much associated with these activities. So मुझे लगता है कि they have advised us on many fronts, and I'm very confident. And we are, I mean, we are just we have decided that we are going to adopt any suggestion that we get, every suggestion that we get from whomsoever, and we are working extensively. लेकिन हमारी जो नीड है वो ये है कि आप उस फैसिलिटी को देखें, आप उस फैसिलिटी को परखें, आप जो स्टूडेंट वहां पर हैं उनसे एक बार बात करें, तब आपको अंदाजा होगा कि द टाइप ऑफ फैसिलिटी दैट यूनिवर्सिटी प्रोवाइड्स यू, द टाइप ऑफ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर दैट वी हैव क्रिएटेड फॉर यू। और मैं इसको ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ वाइस चांसलर साहब कह रहा हूं, उनका बार बार कहना है एज डायरेक्टर आरसीए टू मी, ही हैड बीन टेलिंग कि भाई फर्स्ट बेनिफिट हमारी अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी के बच्चों को पहुंचना चाहिए। I mean, RCA is open, it's the Government of India program, लेकिन वाइस चांसलर साहब की ख्वाहिश ये है कि इस पर पहला हक हमारे अपने एमयू के बच्चों को। तो आप लोगों से मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है कि यू हैव दैट एबिलिटी इन यू। और देखिए सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि इंजीनियरिंग की कितनी पोस्टें निकलती हैं मुझे नहीं पता हायर एंड पे, लेकिन 800 से 1000 पोस्ट सिविल सर्विसेज की हर साल निकलती है। इट्स ऑलमोस्ट फॉर श्योर, इट्स अ फैक्चुअल पोजीशन एंड यू हैव द अपॉर्चुनिटी। और मेरा मानना यह है कि जो सिविल सर्विसेज की तैयारी कर रहा है फॉर श्योर वो लाइफ में कहीं फेल नहीं होगा, एज इफ यू आर रियली डिटरमाइंड, क्योंकि उसमें एक होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट होता है जो आपको आपकी पूरी पर्सनैलिटी को, आपको एज ए ह्यूमन बीइंग, यू विल गेट टू नो योरसेल्फ and you would be able to develop. So I invite one and all to RCA. Let us get closer, let us get into touch, and I'll request Zad to let us keep in touch and loop so that the best of the facilities are taken by these students. Thank you very much. Yes, Zad, over to you.
Zed, you are muted. Zed, you are muted.
Okay, sir. Sir, I request you to please say a few words. And Sufyan is our alumnus, and he is very kindly has agreed from his busy schedule to take some time. And I would like to inform all the students of ZS College of Engineering that few months back, Parvez Mustajab Saab have called me and has told me that since you are associated with APU RCA, and you must do special efforts so that engineering students, many of whom do not have been to RCA, they don't know about RCA, but they want to prepare for the civil services. And Sufyan would agree with me that this has been the situation always. When we were also studying this, we used to have here that there is a coaching guidance academy. But we don't knew much about that. So in that regard, on the guidance of Professor Imran Salim Saab and Parvez Mustajab Saab, I have taken this initiative of interacting, and Alhamdulillah, the students of ZHCET are very well responding, and today also in webinar around 92 people have joined, which shows that many of the students have, and in fact this online has given this opportunity to connect. So now I request Parvez Mustajab Saab to say a few words.
Thank you, Zed, for giving me this opportunity. I would like to thank Professor Imran Salim, the director, a very dynamic director of the Residential Coaching Academy. I would also like to thank Professor Sufyan Beg, who is also one of our panelists over here. Would like to welcome the students who are aspirants for the positions for this civil services examinations. And I request all of you to join me in welcoming our own alumnus, Mr. Sufyan Ahmed, who is Assistant Collector in Thrissur. Thrissur happens to be in midway between Cochin and the Mallappuram Center. I have passed through Thrissur, and in fact I stayed there for overnight while visiting our own center. So anyway, as far as this coaching academy is concerned, I find myself very much associated with coaching, residential coaching academy. In fact, you will be happy to know that the proposal for residential coaching academy was written by me only while I was working as a OSD development, and we were called to the education ministry. The then Secretary Education, Dr. R.P. Agarwal, headed the meeting, and myself and Professor P.K. Abdulaziz went there. And he said that they want to give different coaching centers to different places for the coaching of minorities and backward classes. And for that, they wanted proposal. And it was this proposal was prepared by me for 14 crore rupees. And Alhamdulillah, with the grace of Allah, we got this proposal. And but I was really very much subdued after seeing the performance of this coaching academy. It did not take off the way we thought of it. In fact, I became control of examination thereafter, and then I lost the track. And then more recently, after taking over as a dean, I called Mr. Zayed, and I requested him to take proactive action. And with the help of Professor Imran Salim, Alhamdulillah, he is doing very well. And I hope, and I'm after listening to Dr. Imran Salim, I am confident that, and I am also sure that our own students from BTech or BArch or from the engineering faculty, they will be definitely the higher performers. The reason being that they come through a very tough competition and they already have a competitive spirit in them, and that is why they are mostly successful. And moreover, they have also got some kind of knack into preparation for the competitive examinations. So this is one of the reasons that our students have performed. And inshallah, I'm sure the way you people are working in residential coaching academy, we will have exponential growth in the number of people who will be joining the civil services and other prestigious jobs in the country. So I think the students who present over here, they are not here to listen to me. And in fact, they keep on listening to me quite often. And they have a lot of opportunity to interact with me. But they will be waiting for the real interaction with Mr. Sufyan. So I thank you, Mr. Sufyan, for taking out your precious time for us. And I welcome you to this campus once again, which is your own campus. And we hope that you will continue to be a guiding source for our students. And the students will benefit with your way that you have prepared yourself. You will guide them, and you will see to it that they also succeed and they follow your footprints. Thank you very much for joining, and thank you, Zaid, for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, Imran Saab, for taking up so much of pain for doing these things. I'm really very grateful to you for the purpose. Thank you very much, all.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request Sufyan Ahmed Saab, Assistant Collector Thrissur, to brief students about his journey briefly. Then we will take some questions from the students and some of the preparatory tips from Sufyan. तो Sufyan, मैं आपसे ये गुजारिश करूँगा कि आप जो है वो बताइए कि मतलब when you started and what is the journey like before qualifying the examination, and because this is the most, and who should prepare, because all these questions generally students ask when they are in college. So it's over to you. Whatever you want to add, you can give the students, and then we will take some questions in the end. So over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I thank Professor Imran Salim Sahab and Professor Parvez Mushtaq Sahab and Professor Sufyan Beg Sahab for giving me this opportunity on this esteemed platform of RCAMU. So first, let me introduce myself. I come from the border district of Rajasthan, and I completed my BR from AMU in the year 2014. So from the year 2009 to 14, I was a part of AMU as a graduation student. And after that, I went for a master's degree from IIT Kanpur. I did a Master of Design course from IIT Kanpur, completed in 2016, and right away went to Delhi to prepare for civil services examination. So my journey actually, interestingly, my journey also starts from RCAMU. I also had been a part of RCAMU, albeit partially, not completely, because I never joined RCAMU. I only cracked its entrance examination. So, so that actually was a turning point in my quest for civil services as well. So I would like to tell you that AMU in itself has played a very critical role altogether, because before coming to AMU, I never knew what an IAS officer was or what an IPS officer was. And I did not know about UPSC as well because of the lack of exposure per se. So when I came to AMU in 2019, I got to meet a lot of people who were similarly, who had also aspired to sit for this examination, and I got to know about this line of profession as well. So sitting with them, with my seniors, with my colleagues, with my peers, I got to know about civil services, and thereby, by the end of my graduation, I made up my mind to sit for this examination. So my civil service journey actually, preparation part started from 2016. Until 2016, I was very clear about as to where should I go. And I had compared, actually, I had done a comparative evaluation of all the career options which were in front of me at that time. Right after completion of my graduation, as to whether to go to Delhi to seek a private job, or to work in a private architectural firm, or to go for higher studies abroad, or India itself, or to go abroad, or if, for example, Gulf to do my job. So I had done a comparative evaluation, and also had assessed the opportunities available to me at that time. For example, fortunately, from my parents' side, I got a lot of support in the form of financial help, or they never pressurized me to go for a job at that time. So in that manner, I was very fortunate, and it gave me ample time to study, ample time to decide upon the future course of my action. So in 2016, when I completed my post-graduation from IIT Kanpur, I had done a lot of study before taking this plunge. So this was a very big question before me as to how to prepare, actually, how to go about preparing for civil services. Because in AMU, what happens is that even during that time, we did not have this environment, culture of civil service preparation. There were people who were preparing for civil services examination. I mean, they were isolated people. They were not connected with each other. I mean, there was no ecosystem present at that time. So we did not have an immediate example in our environment, in our atmosphere, in our context, as to seek guidance, as to seek motivation. So this was the culture at that time. And even now, I think the culture for civil service preparation is still at a nascent stage, I believe. And although, as Professor Imran Salim Saab has mentioned, that there have been the RCAMU has been taking a lot of strides in the right direction to provide all the facilities and to provide the suitable environment for this examination. But during my time, the preparation was not up to the mark. So this is how AMU was actually separated, or how it was distinguished from the rest of the institutions like IIT or JNU, because these institutions already have a culture of civil service preparation, right? They have a kind of environment where peer learning happens, where you can seek guidance in your immediate context with your immediate seniors. You can see your immediate seniors preparing for this examination. They are cracking this examination and successfully clearing this examination. So this actually had lagged at AMU during my time. So I had done a lot of research. I was talking about my research, my own research from internet, from my peers. I used to watch a lot of success stories on YouTube at that time, stories of people who had cleared this examination. And I used to read a lot of blogs, online blogs of successful candidates, as to how did they prepare, where did they seek the guidance from. And I found out about 2-3 institutions which were based in Delhi, and they were giving support to civil service aspirants. So the first institution I went to in the year 2016 was ZFI, Zakat Foundation of India. I sat for the entrance examination of Zakat Foundation India, Foundation of India. I cracked the entrance examination and I joined it. So what happened at Zakat Foundation of India was that they sponsored my coaching. They sponsored 90% of the fee of my coaching. So I joined Vajiram and Ravi for general studies preparation, and for my optional as well, I chose political science and international relations as my optional. So up to 90% of the fee was sponsored by Zakat Foundation of India, and they had also provided us a subsidized place of accommodation as well. So for that entire year from 2016 to 2017, I used to go to the coaching, get back and study my own notes and study my own material as well. So I appeared for the civil service examination for the first time in the year 2017. This was my first attempt, and luckily I got through the prelims examination. I shifted my base from Zakat Foundation of India to Hamdard Study Circle. There's another institute in Delhi which is known as Hamdard Study Circle. They also provide a lot of support in terms of accommodation, in terms of environment and guidance for civil service aspirants. So I shifted my base from ZFI to HSC. At the Hamdard Study Circle, I wrote mains, and because I got a lot of people who were writing mains at that time. So that environment I was seeking. So I am talking about all this just to focus upon, just to put an emphasis on environment, on the culture of preparation, because that is, in my opinion, very necessary when you take a plunge to something. Because in my opinion, civil service preparation is something which is very uncertain, and there is no Bible of civil service preparation, right? There's no one manual that you can read and you can strategize and then you can perform. There are many strategies. There are many Bibles of preparation for civil service examination. So it's better that you are placed between well-intentioned or sincere peers who are also aspiring for the same thing. So in that quest to find a good peer group, I went from institutions to institutions. First ZFI, then HSC. At HSC, I wrote mains, and fortunately, I cleared mains in my first attempt. And I appeared for my first interview in the year 2018. But things were not to my favor, and I could not get through the interview stage. Then 2018 alone, I sat for my second attempt, and unfortunately, I could not even clear my prelims stage at that time. So it was a kind of setback for me in a way that in first attempt, I could reach up to interview stage, but in second attempt, I could not even clear the prelims stage. And then I actually gathered myself up. I sort of sought a lot of guidance from people. I did a lot of deliberation as to what to do, whether to leave this quest altogether or to go for my own field of design or architecture. Then I thought that let us try one more time. So from HSC, I shifted my base to Jamia Millia Islamia RCA. There is one RCA also in Jamia Millia Islamia, which has been giving a lot of good results for a long period of time. So I shifted my base there. So this was the third institute where I moved in my quest to civil services. So I gave my third attempt from Jamia Millia Islamia. I stayed there for 2 years. And fortunately, I cleared the prelims, mains, and interview stage, and the examination from Jamia Millia Islamia RCA itself in 2020. August 20, our results came out, and I, alhamdulillah, cleared the examination. And then I went for training, and now I am posted as assistant collector. Thrissur district, I got Kerala cadre as my place of posting. So this was about my journey. So Zaid, I would like to know as to what kind of participants are we having right now? I mean, they are
mostly, Sufyan, the participants I'm seeing, that is from the students that are already in engineering college, that are in probably in second, third, and some in final year. Some might have passed out because the results just have came out last month. So that environment part that you were talking about, so that is the most difficult part, as you know. So I would like to know from you, before we move on to some nitty-gritty questions on which books are. So that is that, as you have mentioned in your last statement, that the Jamia RCA has been doing very well. This has been new development in last 3-4 years. where the students have been selected from RC, and both the Residential Coaching Academy of AMU and Jamia are under the same program of Government of India for coaching education. So, what is your observation since you have been into 2-3 institutes? What has been your observation? Because many of the students are also, I don't know about the past, but I came to know that many of the students, many of the good students have not remained here at Aligarh Muslim University, and they have left the institution for better coaching. Obviously, if you compare the now, since in MURCA we have altogether hired a coaching from Delhi. That is that is also they are associated with Jamia also previously. I think that the mentors group, that GS mentors, that is now fully associated with us also at MURC, and their response is very good. The students are really praising that the coaching is very good. So earlier that was not the case. I don't know who people taught before. There were some internal resource persons, some external, but now we have a professionalized group of people who are teaching, and this online mode has given us a boon because people are reluctant to come to Aligarh. That is a very, although the connectivity has improved, but people have good resource persons from top institutes have the reluctancy to come to Aligarh. So in that scenario, Sufyan, I would like to ask you that what we can do here from your experience, from selection part to preparation part, so that the results may come out in 2-3 years or 1-2 years. But I would like to brief you that 5 students have cleared the mains this year from AMU, and they will sit for their interviews in I probably think in October.
Okay.
So, what is your assessment of that, frank assessment?
It's good to hear that 5 of our students have cleared the mains examination and they are going to sit for the interview stage. It's a very good development. I would like to say it honestly and frankly, because this was not the case. I mean, 2-3 years back at AMU RCA. So, in my opinion, the preparation actually has a lot of things into it. For example, as you mentioned, coaching part that you have hired, or people from Delhi or the GS mentors, these resource persons have been providing coaching. So coaching per se is one of the elements while you prepare for civil service examination, because coaching is one-time affair, right? When you are a clean slate, when you don't know about things, when you have not read much of the syllabus, you go and join a coaching. You get a coaching for 6-7 months, then coaching part is over. You don't go again and join another coaching, right? Because all the coachings are teaching the same syllabus right now. All right. So coaching is one thing. The other thing which is more significant than coaching is the environment. As I have mentioned, the culture. So what differentiated RCAMU or what differentiates it from Jamia RCAMU and Jamia RC is the environment specifically. Because at AMU RCA, we don't have many people who have cleared prelims or mains examination and they are still here and preparing for interview stage, or who are appearing again in the examination and who had earlier cleared certain stages of the examination. Because once they clear prelims or mains, they move to Delhi or to some other institute. But that is not the case with Jamia RCA. There we get a lot of people who are so-called veteran in terms of civil service preparation, because there are people who have appeared frequently, or who have appeared many times in civil service examination, who have cleared prelims many times, 4 times, 5 times, who have cleared mains multiple times, then who have appeared for interview. So they know the in and out of the examination. So if an aspirant who has just started preparing, and if he or she gets to interact with such kind of people, then the learning is much or far greater as compared to when he is preparing alone. I understand that in AMU, the preparation environment is still at a nascent stage. So that actually differentiates Jamia RCA from AMU. That specific kind of peer group that Jamia RCA has. Because in Delhi alone, Delhi is kind of regarded as a hub of civil service preparation. Although other regional hubs are also coming up. For example, in Maharashtra, we have Pune, which has kind of evolved as a hub of civil service coaching. In Kerala, we have Trivandrum. So in North India, it is basically Delhi, UPSC specifically, and specifically Rajendra Nagar in Delhi, which has many coaching institutes like Vajiram Ravi, Vision IAS, GS Mentors, GS, some Khan Study Group and all. So when you are at Delhi, you get constant support from these institutes as well. Many people who go to these institutes, for example, I went to Vajiram Ravi, then I immediately went to ZFI, or I went to Jamia RCA. But you won't find any person who had gone to Vajiram and Ravi and he has come back to AMU RCA. So that is what actually makes Jamia RCA different from AMU RCA.
Oh yes. So that is basically the exposure that you get in Delhi. So what do you suggest that for students who are preparing here in AMU, whether they are associated with RCA or not? Because some of the students I have talked, they have said that, sir, we already have a package of good coaching. What we have a house in Aligarh. What we will do to AMU? Why should we come to AMU RCA and so many things? So we are preparing alone. And we will go. So what do you suggest after prelims? One should move to some other good coachings from Delhi, or the whole preparation can be done, because you see there is one also problem which the students also face, whether they are preparing for UPSC, engineering services or administrative services, that they don't get that competitive spirit, even if they are doing well in their coaching, in their AMU learning group, but as compared to others, their performance is not that good. मतलब वो उतना अच्छा नहीं कर पाते. उन्हें लगता है कि वो बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. मेरे ख्याल से वो चीज़ दिल्ली में नहीं रहती होगी जो आप कह रहे हैं कि वहाँ पे ज़्यादा कॉम्पिटिटिव एनवायरनमेंट और स्पिरिट होगा. लेकिन ये तो सुफियान, इसको हम चेंज नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज वी कैन नॉट चेंज आवर सिटी, वी कैन नॉट टेक आवर RCA टू दिल्ली. तो इसमें आप का मतलब इसमें हमको गाइडेंस, थोड़ा सजेशन चाहिए होगा कि हम लोग यहाँ क्या करें. मतलब
सर, may I say one thing?
जी सर.
थोड़ा सा मैं एक चीज ऐड करना चाहूंगा कि नॉट एज ए डायरेक्टर RCA, लेकिन देखिए बेसिक चेंज जो ओवर द प्रीवियस ईयर्स आया है कि द एक्सेप्टेंस ऑफ ऑनलाइन टीचिंग हैज रियली चेंज द डायनामिक्स. और मुझे लगता है कि होल ऑफ द कोचिंग एनवायरनमेंट अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड is likely to change. At least it is likely to change towards hybrid, if not at all totally in favor of online, but it is likely to be hybrid, and the advantage of online is your convenience. So this is one advantage which has actually reduced the locational disadvantage of Aligarh AMU. That's one thing. Second thing is that I would not boast it, but two of the students who had been earlier to Jamia, and one of them has qualified mains, Tariq. They have come back to AMU. So it is a new beginning, I'm sure. And the type of support that I believe, even one-to-one counseling, which is actually desired in the long run, because there are, I mean, as you yourself mentioned, Sufyan Saab, there was a time when you thought that whether you should give up or continue. So we are putting in our time, even on a one-to-one counseling basis, and I'm pretty sure that this will be one of the unique features of AMU RCA, because here, at least the present team is like trying to act like mother, not necessarily as a father. We take every student, we keep on meeting them. Abhi right now, I mean, my girls, I have requested them to play, to keep physically fit, and I personally go after Maghrib Namaz to them, stay with them for some time, talk to them every day, and then come back. So I'm pretty confident that the environment that you have felt of RCA AMU long back and now is somewhat different. I'll not boast that it is perfect, but we are inching towards good things, inshallah. And if that we are going to do in just 2-3 years. Very good.
Zed, I would also like to say something. Hello, Zed.
Ji sir, ji. Yes sir.
What Professor Imran Salim is saying, I fully agree with him, because there is need for a trigger, in fact, in our institution. So far, we have not received that trigger. In fact, I also headed the placement division of my college earlier, and when I took over, there was hardly any company and there was no placement at all. And the students were used to, they used to ask me that, "Sir, do you think that somebody will come and take us from here? And they will come to our campus." And Alhamdulillah, in 3, 4, 5 years, students started performing. We had companies flowing like anything. They were fighting for first slot. The students were getting 2 or 3 jobs from the campus itself. And the companies were praising them that they are so good and they are cracking the written examinations of those companies like anything. They said that success rate of our students is much, much better than others. So once there is a trigger, so far we have very little role models in front of them. Very few people have performed from our RC, but it is heartening to note that you have just now told me that the people have qualified. Means inshallah this number will grow in the next year. Maybe it will be for 10, 15, because these 5 will motivate other 50 people. So that is more important, and this is the trigger we are waiting for. And the environment, once it happens, one person told me at one point of time while I was working as a TPO, he said, "Sir, you don't know your contribution." I said, "What is that?" He said that one of the students who used to sit on dhaba, he was not seen for a long time. We asked him, "Where are you? Where are you?" He said that I am now sitting in the library. I don't know when there will be a company and when I have to face an interview. So he said that your contribution is that you took a person from dhaba and put him in the library. This is the way things start happening once you have a trigger. So in my opinion is that we are just waiting for a favorable trigger in the RC. I am confident with the kind of efforts you people are putting in. Inshallah, this will also be, we will be able to create an environment. I'm confident. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Yes.
So I'm sorry I encroached upon your time. So I'm very, very grateful for that.
No sir, it's always.
Zed, if there is some-
Yes sir.
अगर हमारे स्टूडेंट्स से कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं तो प्लीज टेक अप दोस क्वेश्चंस.
हाँ सर, अब उन्हीं की तरफ जा रहे हैं हम.
जी.
सुफियान, मैं बस एक जनरल क्वेश्चन आपसे ये पूछना चाहूँगा. इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज स्पेसिफिक है कि जैसे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स हमारे ग्रेजुएशन के बाद प्रिपरेशन शुरू करना चाहते हैं, तो एक डिलेमा रहता है, जैसे आपने भी कहा ना, कि पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन का और जॉब का और MS प्रोग्राम के लिए बाहर जाने का. तो देयर आर 3 मेन ऑप्शंस नाउअडेज. तो उन लोगों, कुछ ऐसे भी स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं जो बहुत अच्छा कर सकते हैं बट दे डोंट गेट, दे आर कंफ्यूज्ड बेसिकली. तो व्हाट डू यू सजेस्ट टू देम? ये क्लैरिटी कैसे लाई जाए? बिकॉज इस क्लैरिटी के बिना जो है ना, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स हमने अपने दोस्तों में भी देखे हैं और बाद में भी देखा कि वो गए और एक अटेम्प्ट के बाद उन्हें लगा कि अरे बहुत मुश्किल है ये, इसमें बहुत वक्त लगेगा, और फिर वो वापस आ गए, या उन्होंने उतनी नहीं प्रिपरेशन की. जैसे आप ने 3 अटेम्प्ट्स तक आप रहे और आपने कहा कि एक वक्त आया था जिसमें आपको लगा. तो ये जो मेंटल स्ट्रेंथ है, ये हम लोग RCA में भी स्टूडेंट्स को बताते हैं ये, और मेरा अपना इंजीनियरिंग सर्विसेज का जो एक्सपीरियंस है वो भी मैं शेयर करता हूँ. लेकिन इसमें आपकी थोड़ी सी गाइडेंस लड़कों को मिले, क्योंकि ये क्वेश्चन काफ़ी लड़कों पूछते हैं और यहाँ भी पूछ रहे हैं.
जी जैद, तो देखिए जैद, जैसा कि आपने खुद ने कहा है कि हम हमारा कोर्स ऑफ डायरेक्शन क्या होना चाहिए, हायर एजुकेशन होना चाहिए या MS करने के लिए हमें जाना चाहिए, या जॉब करनी चाहिए, या सिविल सर्विस प्रिपरेशन करनी चाहिए. तो उसके लिए मेरे ख्याल में हमें बहुत जल्दी ही डिसाइड कर लेना चाहिए. देयर नीड्स टू बी ए क्लैरिटी इन आवर माइंड्स. आई मीन वेरी अर्ली when we are into graduation. We should not wait for graduation to get over, or that we will decide when we enter the final year or 4th year. Because what I have seen, I have many batchmates who are graduates of very good colleges, or even not those famous colleges. But one thing that actually cuts across all these people is that they had decided very early in their graduation years as to how to approach this examination, or whether to approach this examination. So that this clarity has to be there. So and that clarity can come when there is exposure to them about civil service examination. For example, in engineering college, we had a lot of cultural groups. Like there are people who are competing, or who are preparing for GRE examination. So they find this peer group of GRE competitors. They can get to learn a lot from these people. And there are people who are preparing for GATE or IES, as you said. So these groups are there. Then there are people who are preparing for training, right? TPO is there, TPO mentors are there. So then they conduct a lot of interactive activities, a lot of training sessions. So similarly, in the similar vein, if we can develop a civil service ecosystem in our college, so that would be a better thing. So for that to happen, we need to have some role model, as Professor Mustajab said, that we need to have some role models in our immediate context. For example, as Professor Salim Saab has mentioned, that 5 of our students have cleared mains, and they, for example, Tariq, I know Tariq personally. He was at Jamia RCA. So it's very good to hear that he has come back to AMU and he's preparing from here. For example, if Tariq tomorrow succeeds, and I hope that he succeeds in this examination, if he succeeds civil services and he gets a good rank in civil service examination, then he'll set a very good example in front of all the people, from the college in particular, and for the entire university in general. So that kind of examples we need to have. We need to host such kind of people, and there needs to be some incentive from the part of administration, so as to make them actually retained in the AMU's ecosystem. They should not go away once they clear prelims or mains. They should have the incentive to stay back. So that incentive must be coming from the administrative side. And this I think is the case with was the case, or is the case, because now I have left Jamia RCA, but this was the case with Jamia RCA. So they actually, gave a lot of importance to those people who had appeared for this examination multiple times, who had cleared mains examination, who had cleared prelims examination. So they knew the worth of these aspirants, these candidates. So in that way, if we have this retention capability, then we can have a good environment, and we can set a role model kind of a system where new aspirants, or those who are making up their mind to approach this examination, can find guidance from such role models.
Okay, so I have a question from a student. She's asking that how were you able to crack the ZFI examination at very first attempt? Did you have a prior preparation during your masters? So that is also one thing, because good coachings take that examination, and if you, as far I know, that if you don't have any prior preparation, it will be difficult you to crack. So what is your...
Yes. It's a very pertinent question, actually. When I was in post-graduation, and one thing I would like to share is that it's not actually advisable. I won't say that it's a very good thing. Would not glorify this thing, but the reason why I went for a master's degree was to only get ample amount of time at my disposal to prepare for civil service examination. This was the main motivation behind my joining a master's degree program. So one of my seniors, who was also aspirant at one point of time, he advised me. He was also enrolled in that particular course, Master of Design degree course at IIT Kanpur. He advised me that for the first year you will have coursework, and for the second year you will have to do only a thesis. So you will get ample amount of time at your disposal, whereby you can do your thesis. Parallelly, you can prepare for civil services. So in that way, in my second year during my PG, I had read all the NCRTs. And some research I had done about ZFI examination also. I had consulted the people who were studying at ZFI as to how is the pattern of the examination, what kind of things they expect, the interview panel of the ZFI expect from a prospective aspirant. So this much of research I had done, and I had completed my NCRTs as well. And I was consistently exposed with what was happening in terms of current affairs. I was reading the Hindu newspaper constantly for the last 1 year when I had appeared for ZFI examination. So these all things actually helped me to clear the examination of ZFI.
Okay. So Shahnawaz Shahid is asking that, sir, what is the right time to start preparation for civil services during graduation? Initially, we should start with NCRT.
Yes. So the right time, actually, the right time, as I said, that you have to be clear very early in your graduation time. You should not wait for your graduation to get over, or you do not have to wait for your final year. Because what I have seen, there is one particular quality in those people who crack the examination there in their very first attempt. There are many people there, many batchmates of mine are there who just graduated in 2018 or 19, and they cleared the examination in their very first attempt. So what made them different was, what made their strategy different was that they started their preparation early in their graduation, from their second year or third year itself. So they had completed a lot of syllabus, a lot of preparation they had done well before completion of their graduation. So it's better that you early start. The earlier the better, I would say. And
So Sufyan,
NCERT is a basic foundational thing to start with. Apart from newspaper reading, NCERTs are the basic, I mean, I would say the foundational material one should refer to.
So Sufyan, there is one question that somebody asked a student, that there is a lot of emphasis on newspaper reading. Some would say that you should devote so much of time in one day. So what was your strategy? And how to identify what is relevant?
That identification happens gradually, actually. As you climb the ladder of preparation, you get to know how to differentiate between relevant and non-relevant material in newspaper. That happens gradually. And see, I would like to just put an emphasis on one thing, that you should not focus upon the number of hours you're putting into preparation. Your preparation should be outcome focused, right? You don't have to focus upon the number of books that you have completed, or the number of hours you are putting up, sitting on the table studying day and night, 14 hours, 15 hours, 10 hours per se. You should focus upon the outcome, and the way to gauge the outcome is to write mock examinations. For the prelims, we have many test series, mock test series, which are available in the market. So you write as many mocks as possible. In that way, you can actually measure your preparation. You do not measure your preparation from the number of hours you're putting up. You measure your preparation with the number of marks, the number of marks you are actually scoring the mock test paper.
Okay. So there is one mock test series. You mean that one is objective for prelims that we are also conducting at RCA regularly. Every week we upload one test so that students can gauge their preparation. And there is another of optional subject and mains. So what do you suggest, that your optional should be clear from the very beginning and you should have writing practice, or you should think that we should, because ultimately the aim is to clear the examination, not the prelims. Some of the students have this vague objective that just to show off that okay, we have cleared prelims, हमने prelims तो निकाल ही लिया है, अब बाकी देखेंगे. So I think that strategy, what do you think is the correct way?
Yes, as you said that this is not the right way to prepare just for prelims or just for a specific stage of examination. It's a consolidated, actually it's a full package, right? You have to prepare for prelims as well as mains parallelly, or actually it's a combined preparation. The syllabus is not, starkly different for prelims and mains. Only the pattern of examination is different. Otherwise, the syllabus is almost the same. Only a few topics are not there in prelims examination. For example, world history is not there. It's not asked in prelims examination. Otherwise, it's all the same. The sources are same. So your preparation has to be comprehensive, right? So as you said, even if you clear prelims examination, then you won't be able to clear mains examination, right? So that would actually amount to zero, back to square one. So it's better that you focus on the comprehensive package, parallelly preparing for mains, and from the actually from early on, you should know, you should decide upon your optional, right? You should not wait for your prelims to get over, or you should not wait for your GS preparation to get over, and then decide upon optional, and then decide to prepare for optional. In my case, I prepared for prelims, optional, mains parallelly. So that is the way.
So some student Himanshu is asking, I think he is He's probably in first or second year. So suppose the student wants to start in second year. So obviously there is engineering coursework and it's very heavy. Uh, I used to say that the mostly hardworking students are the BRK students because they are everywhere, every time they are busy. So that is a very big dilemma. That to maintain a CPI and to preparation. So as you are saying in your previous statement that we should start early. So what should be the time division? How should we gradually? Because once we heard from the Farooqi Saab, when we had a session in December, he said that you should start gradually, devote 1 to 2 hours, make some scenario, have a feeling that you are made for this, you are getting interested in all these subjects, because it is not necessary that an engineering student may get interest in things like polity, constitution, and all that, international politics. So what do you suggest?
So I would suggest that in my case, actually, this curiosity for knowledge, actually, curiosity for learning played a very significant role, because I always wanted to learn. Even now, I want to learn. I want to know how things happen, why things happen, as to how they happen. So this curiosity helped me a lot to pursue knowledge, to pursue learnings, and it never felt a burden to me to study things, whatever be the subject, economics, polity, or history, or anything. So that curiosity has to be there. And as far as the division of time goes, our semester exams, I feel that during in our semester exams, the syllabus is not very vast. This is the nature of semester examinations. As to how they are different from year-wise examinations, the syllabus is not very large. So if we divide our time judiciously, if we are giving 2-3 hours to our semester examinations per day, or whatever is being taught in the college, if we go back to our home and study that, so I feel that that would suffice, and you won't be able to face any problem in your university examinations. Because although I was in BArch, but I know my friends are from BTech, so I know how they prepared for their final examinations, semester examinations, and they were pretty much, pretty much chilled out during the entire semester length, and they studied very hard during the semester exams and performed very well. Actually, they were good, performers, 9 pointers or 10 pointers. So it's not very difficult to divide your time. This is what I feel. And the most significant part is that you have to do a time-bound study. Your study or your preparation should not be open-ended, right? Otherwise, it would happen that it would go on and on forever. The study has to be time-bound in a manner that you have to decide how much time you have to dedicate to a particular topic. For example, when I was preparing, so I decided that 15 days I would dedicate for completing the Polity Lakshmikant book. I just did not start it right away. Let's start polity and wait for it to get over. I dedicated 15 days to 2 or 2.5 hours a day on page wise. I studied. I decided to read 50 or 60 pages per day. So this is how you have to distribute your time, your hours, your pages to study, and this will make sure that you complete your time, complete your topics within time. And because there are many topics, there are many books, there's a lot of syllabus in UPSC exam. So you divide your time between papers, between topics. AS1 has, for example, if it has 30 topics, then you have to divide the time between these 30 topics as to how much hours you have to spend for a particular topic, how much pages you have to read from a particular book in how much time. So this is how you actually put a framework into place and prepare.
So Sufyan, there is one question that some of the students are very good in reading things and they are full of knowledge. If you talk to them, you will find that they are full of knowledge and बहुत उनको आता है, but they are very weak in expressing and writing. That happens every time, and because many things play a role, and schooling is one of them. So what do you suggest to them that suppose some student start preparation and then he wants to improve his writing? So what do you suggest to him?
Improvement of writing would only happen through writing, right?
Yes.
You learn to speak by speaking alone. You learn to read by reading alone. So similarly, likewise, you learn to write by writing alone. So you have to practice. Even when I started preparation, I did not have this experience of writing or expressing my thoughts out on the paper. So the best way is to just to get down writing. You will face a lot of hurdles. Your pen would not actually move from your fingers actually when you start get down to writing. This will take a lot of push from your side. You will feel a lot of inertia because we never get to write. I mean, we just write in our examinations. That's all we do in our schools, in our colleges as well. Because very few people have this habit of leisure writing or blog writing, or very few people post things on Facebook which are their own. So there initially there would be a lot of inertia. You will have to push back that inertia. You will have to get down, and it's better that you join some test series. Uh, you can get a lot of test series from online because there are a couple of websites which host a lot of online test series. So what you can do is that you can download the question papers from the websites and you can just get down to writing. Initially, you will not be able to write more than 5 lines or 4 lines, and you won't know how to approach a question paper or a question per se. But still, I mean, if you keep on pushing yourself, gradually you will learn. This is how it happens with everyone.
Okay, so somebody is raising his hand. I think we have 4-5 minutes. Fateen, 20 PLB. You are waiting for a long time. You want to ask something? Kindly unmute yourself and ask.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Sir, what is the minimum books required to UPSC Civil Service examination for general studies, and my optional subject is PSIR. I am a first year graduation student from Aligarh Muslim University.
Yeah, Fateen. Yeah, Fateen. So books required actually book list is, I mean, it's public. Everybody knows, or every successful aspirant has shared their book list. It's all same. I mean, I did not study some different books from other aspirants. All people read the same thing. All the aspirants, all the successful candidates have read Lakshmikant for polity. We all have read Spectrum for modern history, right? We all have read GC Leong for geography. So book list of books are all same. The only thing is that you have to focus upon your, as I said earlier, you have to focus upon your outcome. You read your books, Lakshmikant, twice, thrice, the number of times you are comfortable, but that is not enough. That would not actually reflect your preparation level. The only benchmark to reflect your preparation level is the number of marks you are scoring in the test series, right? So you read Lakshmikant once, twice, you get some mock test paper from Vision or Insight, you try to solve it within 2 hours, within the due time frame, and then you gauge your preparation level. How many marks you are going able to score in this examination in that particular paper? Out of 100 questions, how many questions you are able to achieve, take right, and how many you are doing wrong? So that's how you have to measure your preparation level. You don't go after number of hours you are putting on number of books you are reading. Be outcome focused.
For general studies.
Pardon? Can you repeat?
Please speak louder. Fateen, your voice is not. You can write in chat. I will ask.
Yeah,
Please
Fateen, write in the chat box.
Economic and which book full general studies paper? Economics.
Sir,
Fateen, please
sir,
write in the
may
chat
I
box.
ask that how to prepare for general studies paper? There are 4 paper for general studies in mains. So how to prepare for them?
Yeah, Shahbaz, who asked this question? So the general studies paper, there are 4 papers in general studies. Everybody knows. Or then for the 4 papers, there is a set a specific syllabus. There are topics listed under each head of GS 1, 2, 3, 4. In GS 1, you have to read modern history, medieval history, world history, ancient history, culture, Indian culture, art and culture. You have to read society, women issues, children issues. You have to read geography, physical geography, Indian geography, world geography, resource allocation. So these are all topics listed under GS1. And for the books, books part, I'm saying again that it's all public. You can get the book list anywhere. Actually, just type UPSC book list. Will get n number of blogs listing out the books, and all the blogs would have the same books listed down. As I said, for modern history, everybody reads Spectrum. You read Spectrum. For polity, everybody reads Lakshmikant. You can get the book list anywhere you want. Actually, I can also actually list down the books, but that would not be actually beneficial for us right now because we are running short of time.
Okay,
Sir, I am also a student of Zaz sir. Zaz sir knows me. I have just passed BTech in 2020.
so
And I
where
have,
where are you doing your coaching? Are you at home or you have joined somewhere?
sir, I have took admission in AMU MBA just to prepare for UPSC. That I will join RCA program and I will prepare for UPSC. But due to COVID-19 and lockdown, I am just right now at my home. So, sir, how to start preparing?
So that thing is that Abuzar, that thing you are asking is basically the strategy you join any coaching. So the book list and preparation and all these things you will get in detail. We have also a catalog for that. And you
One
can
thing
download-
there's that one thing that I want to share with everybody present
Yes.
here, that before taking a plunge, before starting off, do ample amount of research, your own research, right? There are a number of YouTube successful strategies video. You just go through them. I mean, the more number of YouTube videos you watch, the better it is. Many coaching institutes have uploaded a number of success talks from successful aspirants. You
Yes.
listen to them. The more you listen, the better it would be actually. Don't think that, okay, I have decided to prepare and just taking a plunge and as preparing right away, because you need to be clear about the preparation strategy, because you need to be clear about your own strengths and weaknesses. Not everybody is made same, right? We have our own strengths and weaknesses. Some of us might be good at history, while others would not be actually finding history very interesting. So you have to do a SWOT analysis of yourself, your strengths and weaknesses. You have to self-analyze. You have to be self-aware, right, about your strengths and weaknesses. And you read a number of blogs. You watch these many YouTube videos. Then you finalize as to how to approach this examination.
May I just
Sir,
add
how
one?
and sir, how to
Sir,
cope with the fear that
Sir,
how much
PSIR optional, sir.
how much
So PSIR optional book list.
Yeah, PSI optional, Fatin.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
PSIR
PSIR
optional book list.
Yeah, PSIR optional. I would just mention a very straightforward preparation strategy. I never read a single book for PSIR, right? Because I had only 1 year to prepare for both these GS and optional thing, and so I never had time to go for books. What I did was that the coaching I had joined, it was Shubhra Ranjan coaching. She used to teach with Vajiram earlier, but now she has opened her own coaching. So I would not, I'm not doing her publicity, but this is what I did. She had suggested us to read her notes because she has made her notes very thoroughly. And you don't have to go around, looking into books and extracting things out of those books, because this is what happens in other options. But PSIR, this has been very much simplified because of the efforts of Shubhra Ranjan. She has prepared very thorough, very simplistic notes. You just have to read them multiple times, 4 or 5 times you read them. And after that, what you do is that you get down to writing test papers. And Shubhra Ranjan also conducts a test series, many test series. You join them and you get you write the examinations, or you get the question papers from the market. So that those question papers will come along with their solutions. So that solution also is a very good repository of knowledge. Apart from the notes that you get from Shubhra Ranjan, those solutions are very thorough. The synopses are very thorough. And what you can do is that you can make a concise notes of yourself from these notes, the coaching notes, as well as the solution of the test series. And you have to keep on reading them multiple times, because right now what's happening that many of the questions in PSIR, they are getting repeated. So if you are done with the previous question papers for the last 25 years, then you'll be able to cover a lot of syllabus. You read the coaching notes provided by madam. You do writing practice from the test series offered by her. That would be sufficient, in my opinion. And on top of that, if you are getting time, if you are done with these 3-4 things, only then you go for notebooks. These textbooks, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Okay. So
Sir, I've seen various toppers
For
referring to
economics for general studies.
Sir, I've seen various
Yes,
toppers
I know.
referring to
Go on.
Sir, I've seen various toppers referring to multiple institutes. Sir, in your case, did Jamia material suffice, or you referred to other institutions as well for like test series or some value-added material kind of?
Jamia does not provide any material actually. All the materials that we get are from different coaching institutes. Jamia only provided me a good environment, a good peer learning environment. It was just that we did not do classroom study at Jamia. We just stayed there. They had provided us accommodation. They had provided us a book bag library and a good peer group. That was the whole USP of Jamia. And for the material part, there are a number of coaching institutes in Delhi. They are this for current affairs. We usually refer to Insights monthly current affairs booklet. Then there's a Vision IAS booklet, monthly current affairs. We refer to that for current affairs. Then at the time of examination, when the prelims approaches or when the mains examination approaches, these very institutes, they publish this a compendium of the previous year or the current affairs of the entire year. So we just refer to that.
And sir, can we give the scholarship test of Zakat Foundation while we are while in college as well? Like
No,
I'm in
you have to be a graduate actually in order to appear for the examination, because the thing that they do is that they keep your graduation documents for a year, because they are spending a lot of money on you, so they don't want you to run away, right, and leaving the coaching. So for me, they had spent 1,78,000 for my GS and this optional coaching, and I had to pay only 17,800, only 10% of the fee. So this much amount of they are spending on you, and they don't want you to run away with their money. So they keep your documents with them. So they have provided this eligibility criteria of graduation.
Okay, sir.
May I just add one thing? Well, I think AMU RCA would intend to provide this facility. I suggest that anywhere you are targeting to, whether it is Zakat Foundation, whether it is Jamia Islamia, everywhere competition, entrance competition is there, or even AMU itself. So I propose that, or any engineering student, if you register with us, we will provide a lot of material and input to you for the early preparation. And we mean business. We are serious about it. I mean, the early you start, the better. And one more thing I would like to suggest on strategy. I strongly feel that each one of you have different flavor, and therefore you have to have your own strategy. Learning from everybody's point of view. You are mature enough, you will have to understand your contextuality and finalize your strategy. Whatever your weaknesses, whatever your strengths, you have to build on your strengths, you have to cover your weakness, you have to do all those things, and learning from different people, but you have to have your own perception in the first place and your own determination and attitude. And I promise that whether you are in the first year, second year, third year, any year, if you have the attitude, you come to us, I'm pretty confident that we are going to help you.
Agreed, sir. Completely agreed, sir.
The idea is not to hold you back, because I believe that if we are able to deliver, you will still look back. And if we don't deliver, you will just push off. That is better for you as well as us. But we offer that any sort of help that you need, whether to prepare for civil services or for any entrance examination to any of these institutions, we are ready to help you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir, for your words. Now, Sufyan, just I would like to you to conclude so that maybe in future we will have, if you are in Aligarh, we can have a session with you in engineering college. And really, we are wanting things to come up early so that we can interact one by one. One strategy is to go faculty-wise to different faculties. One strategy is to go hall-wise. Now, obviously, we have emails and all the Google Meet. We can connect with people, different people. So just you, if you want to have any concluding remarks, you can give you, and then we will conclude.
Yes, Zaid, as Professor Imran Salim Sahab has also mentioned, the first thing we have to do is have to do a self-assessment. an analysis of our strengths and weaknesses, so that we are able to customize our preparation strategy as per our own needs and our own strengths. So that is a very important thing. Before doing anything, before doing any coaching, or before strategizing about our future course of for 2 and 3 years, we should spend a significant amount of time, say 1 month, to study the nature of this examination, to study the nature of ourselves as well, as to how our inclinations are and where do our inclinations lie. So this is what I would like to emphasize upon. So that is it from my side. Thank Zaid.
Thank you, sir. Professor Salim, if you want to add some concluding remarks.
I would just like to say one thing, that any of the students who are on the campus here, on Sunday we are having 2 alumnus from AMU and the Engineering College, of course, Mr. Samir from Defense Ministry, and one Mr. Moin, 2 of them who had been engineers who have qualified UPSC, and they'll be visiting RCA this Sunday, coming Sunday after Eid, because they both come from AMU and they will be back here celebrating Eid. So we will be meeting on Sunday, inshallah, and they actually intend to interact only. There will be no formal function. Any one of you who is willing, we will update Zaid about the timing, and anyone who want to come, please do come. We will talk about some of the strategies like reading newspaper, writing skill development, some basic fundamental questions, and whatever questions you have. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Zaid. Thank you, Sufyan. Listening to you,
Thank you.
सर
you,
बहुत शुक्रिया सर, आपने सर ज्वाइन किया, बहुत आपकी बहुत शुक्रिया, वक्त निकाला सर आपने, मैं बहुत सर दिल से आपका शुक्रगुजार हूँ, थैंक यू। तो सुफियान, हम यहीं पे ख़त्म कर रहे हैं, लेकिन ये है कि मैं आपका बहुत शुक्रिया हूँ कि आपने इतना वक्त निकाला, और थोड़ा सा लंबा हो गया, लेकिन ये है कि आपने बिल्कुल 1-1.5 घंटे साथ में रहे, और इंशाल्लाह जब भी आप आएंगे अलीगढ़, तो अब तो है आपका कांटेक्ट भी है और ज़रूर हम लोग इंटरेक्ट करेंगे। तो इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में असल में हम लोग ये समझ लीजिए एक पायलट प्रोग्राम है जिसको मैं लीड कर रहा हूँ, और कुछ हमारे साथी हैं, कि यहाँ पे एक लड़कों का एक रुझान ऐसा बन जाए कि हमारे पास जो नंबर ऑफ, ऑलरेडी हमें उम्मीद है इस बार के बहुत ज़्यादा एप्लीकेंट्स हमारे यहाँ अप्लाई करेंगे पिछले सालों के मुकाबले, तो हमारे यहाँ जो पूल होगा स्टूडेंट्स का वो बहुत अच्छा आएगा। तो इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज के लड़कों से भी हम लोगों का यही कहना है, मतलब मेरा खासकर यही कहना है कि वो अपने इंटरनल ग्रुप्स बनाएं, कुछ तो बने हुए हैं जो पहले नहीं थे, और इसी चीज़ को हम लोग सोशल साइंस में, कॉमर्स में, आर्ट्स में इसी तरह से मिमिक करें, ताकि वो जिसे कहते हैं लड़के को देख के वो दूसरा लड़का जूनियर खासकर इंस्पायर होते हैं। और ये सब जो आग होती है वो कुछ मेरे ख्याल से, जहाँ तक मुझे लगता है, ये 1st-2nd ईयर में ज़्यादा, अगर आपको ये बात समझ में आ गई तो फिर वहीं से, जब ज़्यादा देर हो जाती है तो ज़रा ज़्यादा मुश्किल होता है, मतलब अगर आप एमटेक में आ जाएं या पीएचडी में आ जाएं तो बहुत मुश्किल है। ग्रेजुएशन में हमने देखा है कि जितने भी लड़कों ने हमारे इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज से भी पहले क्रैक किया है, मतलब वो दे स्टार्टेड सम प्रिपरेशन फ्रॉम ग्रेजुएशन, नॉट दैट दे आर इन पीएचडी और इन रिसर्च, वहाँ ज़रा सा मतलब जिसे कहते हैं चांसेस बहुत कम है और अटेम्प्ट्स भी बहुत कम रह जाते हैं। तो इसी के साथ मैं कंक्लूड कर रहा हूँ। आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू यू सुफियान दैट यू हैव काइंडली एग्रीड अस टू ज्वाइन, and inshallah we will again talk in some future time. Thank you
very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.